It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a pair of teams who not long ago had more Super Bowls than anybody else. It's the boys and the 49ers, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
CeeDee Lamb there to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive early and often. They might not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Dak going to put it up right away. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there, and that will lead to a second down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he'll get about 4 to the 29. Here comes 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Lets it go downfield for Ferguson. And he's going to take this one all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Terrific way to start this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into the end zone for 6.
We wondered all week, Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a 6-0 ball game.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. From the gun, it's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Cowboys offense ready to see the football for the second time. They had that lightning bolt to open the game. The long touchdown. They'll try to build on the lead now. This drive begins 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On the option, here's Williams. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
3rd and long. Shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And he'll be taken down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. One more time for Williams. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
I typically like to see the play-action pass on the early downs, Mike. Now they find themselves on 3rd down. The defense is more prepared for the pass. They get stopped twice with the run. Do they go back to it a 3rd time and take their chances?
They'll try to run it with Williams. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays, you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys will extend to a 10-0 lead.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Niners offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. That's a short pickup to about the 47. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready?
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else. We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. I take.
The drive begins with a run by Williams. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's 3rd and 2. Prescott now. Open man, left side. He's got it. Prescott to his main man, Lamb. CD gets the Cowboys a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
Yeah!
Prescott. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams. And he's going to have the first down yardage across the 50 to the 48.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On first down, right back to Williams. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
Here we go.
Here's Dak to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again. It's second and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing again, Prescott on second and 10. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
An unbalanced look to the left here on first down.
Here we go.
They'll throw again. Dak. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Again, Prescott to the air. He's got the open man. That's Jalen Tolbert. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He's got his man. It's Pickens. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. To the air again. Prescott. He pulls it in around the 5. To the goal line and in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Cowboys move further out in front. It is now 17-0. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive, as they'll begin here with first down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. In motion, it's Robinson. A run here with McCaffrey. And he's going to be very close to a first down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down. They're trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense. Off the play fake. Here's Purdy. This throw left side caught by Kittle. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. We'll try and hurry to the line here.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Purdy. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Brings up third and 1.
So Kittle comes in motion. On 3rd and 1, here's Purdy. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. And this defense plays it beautifully. They knock him back to the 7. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. It's another run here for Williams. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Now Prescott. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Perhaps he didn't get all of it. Their catch is taken right around midfield. 49ers offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. So Kittle comes in motion. Out of the gun, they'll give it to McCaffrey. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Niners first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's Ayuk with it on the left side. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
He'll get it inside the 20. 11 yards for number 11. And a first down.
That's another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
Purdy to throw. Throwing the out route, and Ayuk has it. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He's got the tight end, Luke Farrell. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up first and goal.
And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult.
And he'll take it on in. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. Extra point up and good from Moody. And the 49ers are back in this one It's 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. CD on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
3rd and short. Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Prescott again. Quick throw on target to Pickens. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And he's in. George Pickens. Touchdown, Cowboys.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cowboys up their lead. It's now 24-7. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And it'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Cowboys are in front. As we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports halftime report with the coach. Jonathan, all yours.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. Purdy on first down. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see the guy who's blitzing, they get a little antsy and they tip their hand. But that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly, nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. And that is incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And it's going to be fourth down.
We see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off. And now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on one or two of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
There we go. I think.
Back to throw is Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner, the quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
Here's 1st and 10.
Yeah. What do you think?
They run over center with Williams. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. Here's 2nd and 9.
What do you think? What do you think?
To throw is Prescott. That's complete, left side to Pickens. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
It's into the hands of Pickens once again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he'll be out of bounds, but he has the first down inside the 10-yard line. It's first and goal.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Yeah, here we go.
They'll run it with Williams. Marked down at the 6.
Kill!
On second down, it's Dak. That is caught to the goal line and in. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown, Dallas. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. The Cowboys will extend this third quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Niners offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. A play fake. Now it's Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. They'll go play action with Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
That'll be taken in. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
Let's go now. Ready.
Running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
They'll go back to McCaffrey on first down. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, 49ers.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency?
And he's into the end zone. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Purdy and the 49ers will try to get 2 more.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Back to throw. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned, so it'll come out to the 30. The Cowboys offense getting set to get back to work. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Williams. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Prescott. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
They'll go with Williams. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is Dak. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
A gain of 13
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
A first down throw for Prescott. To the outside. Catch made by Pickens.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And a good return here as he is out of bounds up at the 45.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey getting set for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down.
Hold the ready. Let's go. Go.
They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Offense. Still first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready, ready. Hut.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. First down throw there is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Ready. 70 Lions. Ready, ready.
Purdy now on second down. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. Uh-oh. And he will score. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Purdy and the 49ers will try to get 2 more.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Bison, 60 Bison.
Man in motion here is Jennings.
Check go.
Off the play fake, Purdy. That is incomplete, and the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful.
Anytime you fail on a 2-point try, there's always going to be second guessing about whether that was the right play call. In this case, they decided to throw the ball, which I like. They just need better execution, and they end up coming up a little short.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Cavante Turpin on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll break the huddle Coming up now for 1st and 10. Pistol now for Prescott. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. Second down, Prescott. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now Prescott. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the 1st down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The 49ers offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 70 Timberwolves. Hut, hut.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. Hut.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Second and 7.
Set. Ready.
Here's Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision, and that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Hey, check that, street.
Throwing on 1st down is Purdy. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Trayvon Diggs, tight coverage, and he knocks that one away.